The world we live in feels normal, like it's always been this way, but it hasn't. For most of history, humans lived without the technology, safety, and comfort we have today. Right now, with a phone in your hand, you can connect to the entire world. If you get sick, you can take a pill to heal. If you want to travel, you can fly. And the law protects you in every way. This is why we forget how comfortable life has become. Food, shelter, and safety are things we take for granted. But 99% of human history passed without these things. The story begins 6 million years ago when apes, what we now call primates, split into two branches. This split led to the birth of the first Homo species 3.2 million years later. The first step toward becoming human. Fast forward a bit. Many people think humans have always been like us, but that's not true. After the first Homo emerged, different species evolved until 200,000 years ago, when Homo sapiens sapiens appeared. When Homo sapiens sapiens appeared, scientists believed 6 other human species were still around. The most famous was Homo erectus, or upright man. Homo erectus appeared 2 million years ago and was the first human with a straight posture. But we, Homo sapiens sapiens, have only been here for 200,000 years. Eventually, all the other human species went extinct, except us. Scientists aren't sure why the other species died out. Some think our superior intellect made us stronger and led to their extinction. One of these species, the Neanderthals, interbred with humans, and their genes are still present in us. Now let's go back to 2.8 million years ago, when the first early humans appeared. They began making tools from stone and wood, which helped make life easier. This way of life lasted for 2 million years with little progress. Around 800,000 years ago, they learned to control fire. They knew what fire was, but used to fear it. Eventually, they figured out how to use it. Fire provided light, warmth, and protection from predators. For 300,000 years, humans lived in small groups, often fighting over food. They started communicating, though not with words, using cave paintings and gestures to express themselves. Their brains weren't developed enough for language, but over time, they started to evolve. About 50,000 years ago, an innovation revolution began. They started making clothes, shoes, and more advanced tools for hunting and defense. They also began developing language, though it was still basic. They set traps to catch food more easily, and older generations taught the younger ones how to survive. Unlike animals, which rely on instincts, humans began to teach, speeding up their progress. Survival was their only job, and a small mistake could mean death. They had to know which plants were safe to eat and which were dangerous. They knew how to defend themselves against predators, and their bodies were strong and fit. There was no concept of being overweight, and their brains kept evolving. This way of life continued until 12,000 years ago, when another revolution happened. Farming. Humans figured out how to plant and harvest crops. This allowed them to settle down and stop hunting daily. Farming made life more comfortable, and it led to the birth of cities. But as humans got smarter, they began to see each other as threats, building walls for protection. The more organized their lives became, the more progress they made. Cities grew larger, villages turned into towns, and laws were created for convenience. Early empires formed, and progressive laws like Cyrus the Great's Declaration of Human Rights emerged. Progress continued, leading to the scientific revolution 500 years ago. This revolution brought huge advancements in science and technology. Then about 300 years ago, the Industrial Revolution began. At this time, the East fell behind while the West surged ahead with industrialization. Life became much easier. and humans no longer had to fight for food. They could work, earn money, and buy what they needed. From then on, progress sped up exponentially. Scientists say modern humans have undergone 125,000 changes to reach where we are today. Generations pass quickly, but from the scientific revolution to now, only 20 generations have passed. This shows how fast progress has been. About 30 years ago, the internet took over the world. In just 30 years, progress has multiplied even more. So this is the story of humanity from the beginning to today. Now, do you think race, ethnicity, or tribe really matter? Humans all come from the same place. So why have we created so many fake divisions? Tribalism is fake. Let's remember, we are all one.